The military will continue to recruit. The military will continue to train. The military will continue to deploy. The military will continue to have boots on the ground across the length and breadth of this country wherever there's any form of insecurity. And we will bring overwhelming military force to bear on whoever, whatever individual groups that are creating impediments, insecurity in our country. You can be assured of that. What the military is doing is that the military is already strategically deployed across the country to curtail the activities of the terrorists and the insurgents that are operating and creating insecurity in our country. The military is also working closely with relevant stakeholders, other security agencies, to fish them out from amongst us. The military is also encouraging Nigerians to know something, say something, and allow the military to do something about it. Thank you. Our movement of the military to end terrorism and insurgency in the country. The armed forces will therefore remain focused in the conduct of its operations in support of national security interests. The priority of our operations is the protection of citizens, the protection of villages, cities, and towns from the senseless violence of terrorists and other violent extremist groups. Accordingly, our operations, activities in Operation Hadinke in the Northeast have effectively curtailed terrorist activities in the region. This is indicative by the huge surrender that have been recorded and is still ongoing, and also the submission of large cache of arms and ammunition. Similarly, the operational activities of troops of Operation Hadirin Daji and Operation Wild Punch have made significant impacts to curtail banditry and insurgency in the northwest and the north central regions of the country. Accordingly, and additionally, the criminalities perpetrated in the southeast by the indigenous people of Biafra and the Eastern Security Network is being brought to the barest minimum through activities of Operation Udoka in collaboration with other relevant stakeholders. The upsurge in anti-illegal oil bunkering operations by troops of Operation Delta Safe in the South-South region has yielded desirable outcomes. This is indicative by the appreciable improvement in the country's daily crude oil production. During the operations in the last 1 week, the military neutralized 151 terrorists, troops arrested 456 of them, and arrested also 43 perpetrators of oil theft. Troops also rescued 76 kidnapped hostages and denied oil theft of the estimated sum of over 1 billion naira. Furthermore, troops recovered 216 assorted weapons and 443 assorted ammunition. The breakdown are as follows: 62 AK-47 rifles, 7 pump-action guns, 19 den guns, 3 Beretta pistols, among others. Furthermore, troops in the Niger Delta area discovered and destroyed 21 dugout pits, 56 boats, 138 storage tanks, among others. Troops also recovered over 1,200,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 450,000 liters of illegally refined AGO diesel, over 22,000 liters of PMS petrol, and 3,000 liters of DPK kerosene. Now let's take a look at the operations one by one, starting with the Northeast, where we have Operation Hadinkai. Troops of Operation Hadinkai arrested suspected terrorist collaborators in Jere, Maiduguri Metropolitan City, and Biu, all in Borno State, as well as in Gujba in Yobe State. Troops also ambushed and raided suspected terrorist hideouts in Konduga and Goza local government areas of Borno State. Troops' offensive resulted in the elimination of terrorists as well as the recovery of arms and ammunition. For instance, on the 5th of September, troops ambushed terrorists at a checkpoint in Konduga local government area of Borno State. Troops made contact with the terrorists. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 12 terrorists while others fled. In the engagement, troops recovered 5 AK-47 rifles, 2 fabricated rifles, 2 den guns, 30 rounds of 7.62 special, among others. In a separate incident, on the 7th of September, troops conducted offensive operations to terrorist enclave in Goza local government area of Borno State. Troops made contact with the terrorists and neutralized 25 of them. Troops recovered 8 AK-47 rifles, 27 rounds of 7.62 special, 1 Beretta pistol, 13 rounds of 9mm, among others. Overall, troops of Operation Hadinkai recovered 17 AK-47 rifles, 3 locally fabricated rifles, 3 locally made guns, among others. Troops also neutralized 44 terrorists, arrested 21, and rescued 4 kidnapped hostages. Let's now move to the North Central, where we have Operation Safe Haven. Troops of Operation Safe Haven raided criminal hideouts in Barkin Ladi and Jos East local government area of Plateau State. Troops' offensive operations led to the neutralization and arrest of terrorists and some criminal suspects who were arrested in Jos South and East of Plateau State. Troops' operations also led to recovery of arms and ammunition. For instance, between the 5th and the 6th of September, troops in separate operations raided terrorist hideouts in Barkin Ladi and Jos East local government of Plateau State. Troops neutralized 5 terrorists, arrested 7 suspected cattle rustlers and arms dealing syndicates. Troops also recovered 4 AK-47 rifles, 6 10 guns, and 2 motorcycles. In a separate incident on the 7th of September, troops conducted offensive operations and made contact with the terrorist combatants in Jos East local government area of Plateau State. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 11 combatants while others fled. Troops recovered 5 AK-47 rifles, 2 pistols, 5 locally made den guns, 32 rounds of 7.62 special, among others. Overall, troops of Operation Safe Haven neutralized 16 terrorists, arrested 16, and rescued 1 kidnapped hostage. Troops also recovered 12 AK-47 rifles, 2 pistols, 5 fabricated rifles, among others. Let's continue with the North Central, where we also have another operation, Operation Wild Stroke. Troops of Operation Wild Stroke conducted fighting patrols and arrested suspected terrorists in Guma local government area of Benue State. Indeed, on the 6th of September, troops conducted fighting patrols and arrested suspected terrorists in Guma local government area of Benue State. Troops recovered 7 AK-47 rifles, 4 pistols, 10 rounds of 7.62 special, and 3 empty magazines, among others. Preliminary investigation revealed that the suspects belong to a syndicate that have been terrorizing the environment. Overall, troops of Operation Wild Stroke neutralized 15 terrorists, arrested 6 of them, and rescued 1 kidnapped hostage. Troops also recovered 7 AK-47 rifles, 4 pistols, 10 rounds of 7.62 special, among others. Let's now cross over to the Northwest, where we have Operation Hadarin Daji. The troops of Operation Hadarin Daji rescued kidnapped hostages in Bukuyum and Faskari local government areas of Zamfara and Katsina states, respectively. Troops also arrested terrorist collaborators in Matazu and Jibia local government areas of Katsina state. For instance, on the 5th of September, troops responded to information of terrorist abduction of locals in Bukuyum local government area of Zamfara state. Troops mobilized to the general area and made contact with the terrorists. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 6 terrorists while others fled, abandoning the victims. Troops rescued 4 kidnapped victims and have since reunited them with their families. Also, on the 8th of September, troops, while on offensive patrol, intercepted and rescued 3 civilian hostages in Faskari local government area of Katsina State. Troops also neutralized 7 terrorists, while preliminary investigation has revealed that the victims escaped from terrorist captivity in Angwandoka of Katsina State. Overall, troops of Operation Hadirin Daji neutralized 18 terrorists, arrested 5 of them, and rescued 10 kidnapped hostages. Still in the Northwest, where we have Operation Wild Punch, troops of Operation Wild Punch neutralized and rescued kidnapped hostages at Igabi and Tikum local government areas of Kaduna State. Troops' offensive actions resulted in the arrest of suspected terrorist collaborators in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. For instance, on the 6th of September, troops on confidence building patrol made contact with the terrorists in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 7 terrorists while others fled. Troops recovered 3 AK-47 rifles and 10 rounds of 7.62 Special. Also, on the 7th of September, troops, while on routine patrol, intercepted terrorists in Chikum local government area of Kaduna State. Following a firefight, troops neutralized 5 terrorists while others fled, abandoning the hostages. Troops rescued 7 kidnapped hostages. Troops also recovered a vehicle and 2 motorcycles. The air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air recce and air interdiction at Gidan Hassan and Amfu Hills, denying the terrorists freedom of action. Overall, troops of Operation Wild Punch eliminated 17 terrorists, arrested 3 suspected terrorists, and rescued 7 kidnapped hostages. Troops also recovered 34 assaulted weapons, 399 improvised explosive device detonator primers, 1 vehicle, among others. Let's now take a look at the South-South, where we have Operation Delta Safe. Troops of Operation Delta Safe maintained momentum against the activities of crude oil theft. Troops destroyed several illegal refining sites and recovered stolen products. Troops also raided criminal hideouts in Thai local government area of Rivers State. For instance, troops discovered and destroyed 21 dugout pits, 56 boats, 138 storage tanks, among others. Troops also apprehended 45 oil thieves, perpetrators. The air component of Operation Delta Safe conducted air interdiction over Bile and Ijokiri, respectively. Active illegal refining sites were acquired and destroyed. Overall, troops of Operation Delta Safe destroyed 21 dug outfits, 56 boats, 14 vehicles, 235 cooking ovens, among others. Troops also arrested 59 suspected oil thieves and other criminals. Last but not the least is Operation Udoka in the southeast. Troops of Operation Udoka conducted offensive operations that led to the arrest of suspected criminals in Aba North and Owerri North of Abia and Imo states, respectively. Between the 4th and the 6th of September, in separate operations, following intelligence reports, troops arrested 6 suspected criminals in Abia North and Owerri North of Abia and Imo states, respectively. Preliminary investigation revealed that 2 of the suspects were impersonating as custom and immigration personnel. In the conduct of operations, troops of Operation Udoka neutralized 17 gunmen, arrested 11 suspected criminals, and rescued 2 kidnapped hostages. Troops also recovered 10 AK-47 rifles, 5 den guns, 7 pump-action guns, among others. All recovered items, arrested suspects, and rescued hostages have been handed over to the relevant authority for further action. In concluding this media briefing, I would like to highlight that it is interesting that the perpetrators of terrorism and insurgency in our country are just using it as a guise for their personal gain. And their personal gain comes from the illegal mining, the cattle rustling, and all other forms of unlawful activities. What we have seen is that many of those that are in the field fighting against troops are just the foot soldiers. Their main sponsors are in cities and towns, moving around as normal citizens. The proceeds gotten from the illegal activities are channeled through the main sponsors and even carted out of this country for their personal gains, like earlier mentioned. This situation underscores the importance of ongoing military operations, which is critical to the nation's efforts to achieving peace and security. The military is up to the challenge, and more than ever before, the outcome is not in doubt. Thank you very much for your attention.